So the NIO February numbers are out and you know the drill. Let's have a look at the numbers, speak about it. Are they good? Are they bad? And I already get the sense that most of you are disappointed about these numbers. So let's have a look. So this is the business case where I track all of the NIO sales numbers. And by the way, you can download it if you are a patron, and I will update this version too. Let's have a look at the February numbers, which have landed at 6,131 cars. So if we look at it, this is a monthly decrease of minus 36%, while the January already was down minus 8%. And on a yearly basis, this is up 10% year over year, driven by the ES6 numbers actually. The others have slightly decreased. And so yes, these absolute numbers are nothing exciting, nothing to celebrate. And if we're looking at some of the perceived competitors, Li Auto has come around, I think, 8,000 vehicles delivered this month. But Li Auto is not a pure EV car, so it's a different car audience as well. So I wouldn't say that they are completely competing here with NIO. And then XPEV has also around 6,000 cars delivered, so similar to NIO. I don't know what's going on there. Usually they should have much higher delivery numbers than NIO because they have actually lower priced cars and lower margins as well. So I'm not sure about XPEV there. I'm not invested in XPEV. But anyways, I also would say that they are not competing directly with NIO. The reason why they are generally down in February is, of course, Chinese New Year. And many people are simply not at home during this time and don't get the deliveries. So even if they would be produced, although production is also down in February because, of course, also the factories are being closed and the car manufacturers are just using it to kind of doing some tooling. So while these numbers in absolute terms seem to be quite disappointing, let's have a little bit of a deeper look. What I have done here is I have adjusted the deliveries for the work days because obviously there is some seasonal fluctuation where actually Q3 and Q4 are the times where most of the cars are getting delivered. So again, what I have done here is for each of those months, I have divided the actual deliveries by the work days in China, and so arriving at a vehicles per day number that can be compared over time. And what you can see here is that for NIO, actually last year in January and February, they have been quite above the trend. So this is a linear trend line for a bit of orientation here. And you can see that they have been shooting over this trend and delivered almost up to 400 vehicles per day adjusted in January. And this is why last year we actually had a pretty record high Q1 delivery. And that may actually also explain a little bit why we've been dipping down below this trend last year starting in Q2, then had quite a bit of reversal and then have been hit hard actually by those two big dips, which are mainly because of some production issues around chip shortages and other part shortages. But as you can see, also in November and December, we have kind of recovered above this trend. So you can see that the overall trend is still up. And while we have now actually dipped down in February this time, and I'm actually expecting that we should see this jump here again on this rate adjusted numbers lately actually in April. So I'm expecting it next month already, but it could also just happen in April, and then we may see that this will actually also jump above this trend line again towards Q3 and definitely Q4, because at this time we should hopefully see the impact of the ET7 deliveries, which are about to start by the end of March, and then going forward should also ramp. Then not sure yet when actually the ES7 deliveries will kick in this year. This will actually, I think, depend also a little bit on the NIO Park timeline, and then ET5. Well, not sure how much this can contribute yet during this year. Maybe towards Q4 we'll see the first deliveries for the ET5 already. And so all of this should actually enforce this trend that we should see over time, that this trend keeps on growing, the vehicles per day that are delivered. And well, over time, we will hopefully see less of this kind of a fluctuation between monthly deliveries, but that's just the way it is. And of course, this is why now as a NIO investor, it really feels like a stretched chewing gum. So you know what's coming up with the new models being released, and at the same time, you're kind of getting tired of hearing about production adjustments, about holidays in China, about seasonal downturns and macroeconomic factors. But yeah, that's it, how well investment in a startup plays out. It's not always really going smoothly, and well, I would say the sentiment in NIO stock and also the share price is reflecting that. And NIO right now is priced for this lower growth expectation. Certainly it is. So well, it depends on your long-term conviction or like your short-term goals. Like if you are trading around this, maybe today will be a setback as some profit taking kicks in from yesterday, maybe depending on macroeconomics as well. And well, if you are a long-term investor, then trades like this or days like this might be not the worst time actually to build a position over time, dollar cost averaging. Anyways, these are my 10 cents on the deliveries here. Actually also was looking with quite interest on the earnings of Baidu, which I've been building a position, shared with my patrons as well. And they had a really good earnings today, so possibly we'll follow up with a video on that. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.